Hi, and welcome to Untethered with Jen Liss, the podcast that's here to help you break free, be you, and unleash your inner brilliance. I'm your host, Jen, and in this episode, we're going to talk about unleashing your brilliance. Let's dive in. Hey there, unicorn. It's Jen. How's it going? For me, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. And part of that is that I've been going through some shifts with my own hormones. And that has caused some very interesting situations in my life where I'm just having these incredible rushes of just emotion and just things that are just like rolling through my body. It is the wildest experience. And it makes me so incredibly grateful for the breath work that I have done in the past couple of years and just the ability for me to step back and witness these things that are just like whooshing through my body and catching the times when it completely takes me over. It's just the biggest shift from where I used to be in terms of just my emotions completely like owning me and me being able to witness and see my emotions as they come through my body. Now, my husband will tell you, have there been a couple of times where it definitely got the best of me? Yeah, for sure. And even the people who support me with my business have been like, y'all, I just got to be straight up with you. And I also think sometimes having these kinds of conversations, can we not just normalize as women that this shit just happens? This is our life. This is who we are. These are the things that happen as our body begins to shift. I'm in my early 40s and things change. Things change with our bodies. And I had a conversation with someone the other day that was so relieving because we just started opening up and talking about this. And it's like, for goodness sakes, we pretend that this isn't happening. And we just like button ourselves up and try to walk around the world just acting like everything is so perfect. And it's not always true. Sometimes there is just crap that is like raging underneath the surface of our skin, right? And yet, underneath that, if you think about the ocean, it's like the ocean is just churning on top. The first, 5 feet of the ocean is just churning. The rest of the ocean, the ocean, hundreds, thousands of feet of the ocean are still. And the same is true for you. Most of you is stillness. And we associate so much of ourselves and who we are with that 5 foot of just churning mess, right? And that is what I felt like I was just almost sometimes getting overwhelmed by, is just this churning mess. That the more we can remember what we actually are is that depth of the ocean. That's most of who and what you are, is that stillness, that peace, the serenity, the presence. And there's so much beauty down there, right? The fishes are swimming down there. There's so much cool stuff. There's also some really interesting stuff yet to be unleashed down in there, right? But so much of the time we think that surface is us, and it's not true. There's so much more to you. And when we can really get quiet with it and dip in, and at the same time, I think it's important that we talk about that churn, because if we ignore the churn and we pretend it's not there, that is not helpful, right? It actually just tends to get angrier and consume us. And then we identify as that more and more and more. So this is a Thursday thread episode, by the way. It's a Thursday thread. We're threading out a little piece out of Reg's episode from Tuesday. And I also just had some things that I wanted to share with you today. We also went to Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper yesterday and saw that show. And it's been a long time, right? Like we all went through the pandemic, and it's been a long time since I went to a rock show like this. And actually, I'm not even sure that I've been to this level before, where it's just like the pyrotechnics and all of that. I like a lot of different kinds of music, but I've never been to a Rob Zombie concert before. It was so interesting and so fascinating. And what I loved the most, I was sharing this with my coaching cohort just this morning, Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie are fully themselves. They are just themselves, and they don't care what anybody else thinks of the way that they act or the way that they look or the way that they behave. I mean, Alice Cooper, it was just so interesting to watch because he is so committed to his shtick. Every single song he had on a whole new outfit. It matched the theme of the song. It was bordering on cheesy, right? And how many people could make fun of this guy? He's in his 70s. He's a elderly man up there, right? Who is just like giving it his all and just loving it. He's just loving it. And so many people could say so many things about that. I mean, he had like a boa wrapped around his body and he's singing about a snake bite, I think was the name of the song. And I was just like, this is just so, it's like bordering on corny, but it's also awesome because he loves it. You can tell that he loves it and his fans love it. The people love it. Like he's giving them what they want. And the same was true of Rob Zombie. He's just up there giving people exactly what they want. And he loves it. You can tell that he loves it. There's no other reason for that man to be up there on stage and performing. He's made really successful movies, had a really successful career. Alice Cooper has done this radio show. Like the two of them are so successful. They have no reason to continue doing what they're doing, except that it is legitimately their calling to be so fully themselves and to be so fully present up there on that stage, just delivering it, just doing it, just giving it. And that is really what I thread out of Reg's episode too, because what I loved so much about Reg, and it's so funny because I didn't know, I had heard about him from a separate mentor. And then I actually found out after I interviewed him that another one of my mentors recently had him in her cohort to come and share. And all of us are like, he is just so beautifully clean and clear and aligned and just earnest with his message and what he does. Like that is a human being who is aligned with what he does, with who he is, what he does. He's found his way, he's found his mission, and he is just here for it. And he said so many beautiful things, and a couple that I want to talk about today in terms of mindset and mind-body connection, and a couple of things I really want to hit on. And yet it really just sealed it last night when I was watching Rob Zombie up there and Alice Cooper up there, just like wailing and just Rob Zombie like kicking his legs in the air in a way that just should probably be unnatural for somebody who's 58 years old. But so obviously he's, this is, I think they only have 5 shows left on the tour. So maybe he's feeling extra limber. I don't know. But I was like, it's just wild the way that his body is moving, but he's just letting creativity and flow just come through him up on the stage. And each of us can be doing this. Like you have some kind of brilliance that is just like desiring to come through you. It wants to come through. It wants just that clean and clear path like Reg has, like all of these people have, like more and more, every single one of us can just be remove the filter. We're just so tethered. It's like, get rid of these filters that we have put on ourselves and just let it shine. That's really what it is about. Like, you're so awesome. You're already awesome. You're already brilliant. You're already a freaking star. You are. There's nothing that they are doing that you couldn't also do in your own way. Of course, you might not desire to have like demons and fire pyrotechnics, and they were like blowing bubbles into the audience that they were like shining light and all stuff. That might not be the kind of star that you are, but you are a star in your unique way. But the tethers are in the way. We're not allowing ourselves to just be. And here's the key. It's all about simply getting present with that which is already within you. And that's what Reg is saying. He's like, we're so tethered to these past things, these past ideas, these past experiences, the past belief of who and what you are and what people told you to be, and all of these things that you have had. We have emotions in our body that are just tied to those past experiences as well. It's happening in the mind and it's happening in the body. Both of these things are working together to hold you in place, to hold you exactly right where you are. And that's intentional. That's biological. Our bodies do that on purpose to keep us in homeostasis. Your body will do everything to keep you tethered exactly where you are. But that's not what your soul wants. That's not what your essence wants. That's not what you truly want. That's why you're being called to something different. You're feeling that pull to more. You're feeling that pull for your brilliance to truly shine. So here's what I want you to know, and what I think Reg would probably want you to know too. I can't put words in his mouth, but you are already brilliant and you have done nothing wrong. On this journey that you are on, you have not taken a single wrong step. Every step has led you to exactly where you are. You are right where you're supposed to be. And that is awesome. We don't have to regret things. We don't have to worry about the past. Be present the second you come into presence. That very moment that you come into the awareness of exactly what you are, which is this brilliant, amazing, creative bit of energy that exists right here. And it is capable of creating more and more cool things on this planet, things that delight people, things that on your unique stage, you can go up there and put it out into the world. And people are like, yes, give me more of this. They're singing with you. They're chanting with you. They are so ready for it. And you're so here to deliver it. As soon as you come into presence with the fact that that is true, you're untethered. You're completely unencumbered by BS. When you're in pure presence, there's nothing to tether you. So the more you can come into your body and you can feel it, you can feel that beauty that exists right here, that love, that essence, that joy, that goodness, that brilliance that is right here. It's already here. It's not out there. It's not in the future. And it wasn't in the past. It existed in every past moment. But it's right here, right now. That's all we have is this current moment. And we can say that, and we can say that, and we can say that until you feel it. It's a feeling thing because you are a feeling creature. You're a feeling being. We touch that which we are with our sensations. It's how our intuition talks to us, is through sensations. So allow yourself to feel it. Get practiced at feeling it. And then we can begin to do what Reg is talking about and feeling into the future so that we can issue an order. We put in an order. It's like writing a order slip for the thing that you want in the future. You put that thing down in your mind and you feel it. You feel it now because, again, you can't feel somewhere out there in the future, but you can feel now. So why not bring that thing that you really want, that thing that you desire? Maybe it's a vacation where you go and you stay in a tent close to a mountaintop. I don't know. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want to go frolic in a field somewhere. Maybe you desire to be the CEO of a company. Maybe you want to create some product that changes the world. Maybe you do want to be the next Rob Zombie. Alice Cooper. Maybe you want to be up on stage with a snake singing about snake bites. I don't know, whatever that thing is. Feel it now because that's what's going to place the order. The order is placed today. The order is not placed in the future. Place the future order right now, today, and then watch it unfold for you because it will. The more you start to feel it in the present, the more you start to show up as that person because you know what it feels like. Oh, it feels so good, right? It feels good to tap into your brilliance. Does it feel good to like worry and fret and guilt and no, it doesn't feel. Why are we choosing that? It's the wildest thing, y'all. It's the wildest thing. We're choosing the churn when the churn is not what you are. And the churn is probably not the order that you really want to place either, right? So place a new order. And if you feel like that's too far-fetched, then there is definitely some delicious mind-body connection work that you can begin to do. Really beginning to feel into your awesome because it's there. It is. And if you can't accept that yet, form it as a question. Dang, what if I was awesome? What might it feel like for me to feel awesome? What if there's someone out there who thinks I am awesome? Oh my gosh, what if that somebody is me? Start with questions because our body, our mind will detect lies. It'll detect lies at every turn. You have an amazing lie detector inside of you, and it's probably detecting lies that you might be living all the time. Shoulds, all of those things that you're doing that are not in alignment for you, that are not in integrity for you. You're so practiced at detecting lies, and you might not always be listening. We're so good at detecting lies. What we're generally not so good at is acting in integrity and in coherence for ourselves, for that sparkly amazingness that we are. So we're going to get more and more practiced at this, because that's how we untether. That's how we could become present. That's how we really just dip into this amazing well that is the beauty of life. And the beauty of life is the beauty of you. You are life. We are all one. We are all connected. We are all from the Big Bang. We all came from the same stuff. We are just energy collected into forms, into these 3D forms, right? At the basis of it, we are all the same. You're the same stuff that Alice Cooper is made out of, the same stuff that that snake that he was holding was made of. It's all the same stuff, and it's all amazing. There's so much uniqueness on this planet, and you are your own unique, brilliant person. Now, if you're interested, I want you to know that I am launching a Brilliant Breathwork membership. My Brilliant Breathwork membership is offering multiple weekly live breathwork sessions with yours truly, a trauma-informed facilitator, offering an extensive vault of replays that are all based on intention, so that you can look into, okay, I want to unleash my creativity. Okay, I want to become more present with myself. Okay, I want to step into my power, step into my confidence. There will be active sessions on these things. There will also be a vault of replays, and I already have an existing set of replays that you'll have access to. You'll also get a supportive community of authentic, creative, and radiant human beings who are all focused on untethering. So if you're interested in Brilliant Breathwork, it is launching very soon, but you can go to jenliss.com/brilliant to get on the wait list, so that I'll send you info about it as soon as it is available. Now let's take a moment here at the end of this episode to allow ourselves to breathe into presence, allowing yourself to get comfortable in your chair wherever you are. You can do this little meditative breathwork session with your eyes open or closed. If you're driving, just make sure that you are staying keenly aware of where you are at all times, but you can breathe with us. Taking a nice deep breath into your nose, out through the mouth, and feeling into your fingertips. Seeing if you can feel each of your fingertips one by one, each of your 10 fingertips, maybe pressing each one down onto the surface it's resting on. Just feeling each of those fingertips, allowing yourself to become present with the sensation of your fingers pressing down. There you go. Now beginning to breathe into your nose, out through the mouth. Beginning to find the pace that feels good to you today. On each inhale, inviting in the feeling of peace. Exhaling any resistance. Inviting in peace, exhaling resistance. Invitation as you continue to breathe to feel into the sensation of peace that exists within you. in this present moment. Can I feel peace right now in my body? That's it. If you feel resistance, releasing that on those exhales, or just simply allowing yourself to be curious with that resistance that's coming up. A couple more inhales, drawing in peace, surrendering resistance. There you go. When you're ready, drawing a deep inhale into the nose, pausing at the top, exhaling all that air through the mouth, and allowing your attention to venture once more to your fingertips. Feeling the sensation of those fingertips on the surface beneath you. Maybe wiggling the fingertips, wiggling your toes, just bringing your full awareness back into the present. If your eyes are closed, invitation to open your eyes. And see with curiosity if you can feel into that peace, even with your eyes open. Thanking yourself for experimenting with this practice today, for showing up for yourself with your breath. And I would like to thank you so much for listening to this episode. If there was something in it that you enjoyed, if you got something out of the breath or out of the message, I encourage you to share it with somebody else who might enjoy it as well, who might get something out of it, who it might shift just a little something for them today. Another thing that you can do is take a little screenshot of this episode right there on your phone, share it on social media. If you share it and tag me, I'm Untethered Jen on Instagram. You can also tag me on Facebook, Jen Liss. I will always reshare your posts if you tag me. Thank you again so much for listening. You just keep shining your magical unicorn light out there for all to see. I'll see you next time.